Welcome to G's Backstage Pass. And this is a show that I'm going to present here on LinkedIn for our LinkedIn audience. And in today's show, I'm going to give you some background about myself. I'm going to tell you kind of how I got my start in the industry and where we're going, what we just launched, and what our future plans are as well. So I want to thank you for taking time to tune into this. And this is G's Backstage Pass. So, to give you some background, I was a tour manager and live sound engineer for over 25 years, and I've worked with many well known artists and bands and a lot of great lead singers. And I was very fortunate that when I was working with these artists to be able to travel the planet. And while we were traveling around and doing shows everywhere, we did a ton of media. We did a ton of TV, we did a ton of radio, and so that's why I'm talking to you today as the rockstar media trainer. But let me take you back in time, okay? So ever since I was a small kid, right, growing up, right, I always wanted to be a radio DJ. I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my hero, Casey Kasem. And when I turned 16, I got this great opportunity to join this incredible radio station. And at the time, I was one of the youngest radio DJs in the country. So I was going down this path where I felt that I'm going to go be a radio DJ. And like I said, I'm going to follow Casey Kasem and Rick Dees and Shadow Stevens and Dick Clark, right? Really back in the day, Dick Clark, right? And all these guys, I was going to follow that path. But then when I turned 18 and graduated high school, I went on the road with a USO type tour where we went and performed at veterans hospitals all throughout the country. And it was great because growing up, I used to have a map on my wall of the United States. And I always told my parents that I'm going to travel and I'm going to see all these states and see all these cities and go to all these different countries and everything. And so that really started the whole journey that I was on to, start my touring career because I was at a crossroads where I had to decide if I was going to continue in the radio, industry and follow Casey Kasem and go down the radio path, or if I was going to follow the touring side. So I decided to follow the touring side, and I talk about this in the band, the Whitney story, that really just changed my life, and it led me to where I am today. So that began the journey of this 25 plus year career of working with all these great artists and bands and lead singers. And when I just finished a tour. I was living out in LA, and I got a call that my father was actually going in the hospital and was going to have open heart surgery, pretty serious, triple bypass, pretty serious surgery. So I decided to come off the road, come back to central Pennsylvania, where I grew up, and take care of him. And while I'm back here in central PA, I met and fell in love with Sandy D, the queen of podcast Zen. And together we decided to start All Things Relax Studios as this company, right? And what our mission is to empower women one story at a time. So we have the All Things Relax with Sandy D podcast, where she is the host and I'm the producer. Now it's kind of funny because Sandy is an introvert Virgo, and she is out front as the host of the show. And I'm the extrovert Gemini, and I'm behind the scenes as the producer. I've always been behind the scenes. I spent my whole life, working with these artists, and I was either at the soundboard mixing them or I was side stage, while they're performing. So I've been beside them while they're off camera, of course, while they're doing interviews. I've always been in that. I feel comfortable in that support position, right? I'm always the guy behind the scenes, and I put the artist out front, right? They are the rock star, and I'm the support for them. So we decided to launch the All Things Relax with Sandy D podcast. And now that we're into our second season of that, we decided that, we're going to take the best of both worlds, and we're going to take Sandy's 25 years of being in the corporate world and working in publishing and combine it with my 25 years plus experience of working in the music industry and working with these rock stars, directly. And we're going to create what we just launched, the Rockstar VIP Media Training Program. So, what Rockstar is about is that we show coaches, authors, and creative entrepreneurs how to speak with confidence and clarity. We show them how to have a crystal clear message that just cuts through all the noise out there and allows them to connect with their audience. So, we have created the Rockstar VIP Media Training Program, and we call the members that join it part of the band. The band is our private Facebook group where not only they can get support from Sandy and I and also other band members, but it's also a great place where they can try out their messaging. So if you're an author, or you're a coach, or you're a creative entrepreneur, and you're looking to be able to speak with confidence and clarity, and you're looking to have this message that is crystal clear, listen, we need to cut through this noise. We need to not follow trends. We need to be leaders, and we need to step up. And you have a voice, and it deserves to be heard. And now is your time to step into your power and channel your inner rock star. So I want to thank you for taking time to watch G's Backstage Pass. I'm going to come on here and do some, a little bit of trainings from the Rockstar, as well as I'm going to have some cool guests on here. Sandy has a podcast where she interviews creative and inspiring women from all over the planet. And I got my show here on LinkedIn that I just launched. And this is going to be a chance to really get to know a lot of you on LinkedIn and really share and help promote each other. So I want to thank you for taking time to check this out. And until next time, cheers.